Today's video is all about my extremely boring investment strategy in Pokemon cards for 2024. Well, that's not the best way to excite the viewers for a video, is it? Yeah, what a boring video this is going to be. Don't watch it. Anyway, it's 2024. I don't think I said, I have done one video so far for 2024, but I don't think I said Happy New Year. So no need to say it back to me, but Happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone had a good time with friends and family. And it is the time of year to probably set some goals. So that's what today's video is all about. I finally found some time, A, to set down a few life goals, and then B, also to set down some Pokemon investing goals for myself. And I found my strategy to be extremely boring. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It means a lot. I like hearing from you guys, and also if you'd like to become a member, it gives you access to shooting me some email. I've been replying to a fair few emails today with people asking me some investment-related questions and some collection-based questions, which is really cool. So all you need to do is click on my profile and then go join, and you can become a member. Easy. Geez, it's hot in Australia at the moment. Far out, it's hot. Australia, a decent start to the cricket. David Warner's final test at the SCG. If you're an American watching this, you're probably thinking, what on earth is he on about? Cricket? David Warner? Australia? What even is that place? But anyway, on to today's topic, investment strategy for me. So when it comes to setting goals, I was really slack at it this year, but I think without having a goal, you become a bit aimless. And if you're aimless, then you really don't know what you're doing. And I like the scenario once that Jordan Peterson set that, you know, if you're stuck in a desert and you've got limitless opportunities to get out, you're aimless. So you get stuck and then the anxiety takes over and you've got no clue what you're doing. However, if you're stuck in the desert, but you can see a clear designated path, even though it's a difficult one to get out, you've got an aim and you've got goals, so you know you can achieve it, and that anxiety almost disappears because you've got a plan set in place. Now, that's one thing I come up with for my 2024 Pokemon journey. And I thought to myself, I was going to do a video just stringing off exactly, really quickly, what I think is going to happen from every set in basically, you know, modern Pokemon sealed, what's going to happen to it, what's going to happen in singles in 2024, because without getting the crystal ball out, I think I got a fair idea, and I could well be wrong. Like, we could always be wrong. Anomalies come up. Things come up in the world that completely change the outlook of everything. But you know what? I think I got a fair idea. And my strategy is a very, very boring one. So it's really, really straightforward. I'm not going to spend any large sums other than buying new sets. I'm not going to spend any large sums on Scarlet and Violet yet. Okay, I think we've had a reprint on base set. Pricing for both singles and sealed is at an all-time low. And you know what? I think it's going to stay around that for at least the first 6 months of 2024. So I don't want to put any attention there. I also feel that, you know, the latter sets, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, etc., 151. I think it's going to be a year of only 5 English Pokemon card sets rather than 6. So it's probably going to mean some reprints flow through from those sets. You know, 2023 was so chock-a-block with 6 English Pokemon card sets. Obviously, we've got Paldea and Fates, and forgive me, I forget the name of the next English set that's been released, what is it, March or April? So I think, you know, we might only have 5 English card sets released this year. We'll wait and see. They could sneak 6 in there, but if there's 5, I think we're going to see some reprints. And that's why I don't want to park any money into new Scarlet and Violet, other than buying it as part of the collection. I love getting the ETBs and the booster boxes as part of the collection. But in terms of parking more serious money into something, I'm still going to go down the very, very boring path of buying Sword and Shield alt art sets, plus Fusion Strike. So that is my investment strategy. I'm not doing anything fancy about it. It's booster boxes of Fusion Strike, booster boxes of Brilliant Stars, booster boxes of Astral Radiance, booster boxes of Lost Origin, and booster boxes of Silver Tempest. That is about as boring as a strategy can be, but it is my plan for 2024. Now, one thing we often hear, and geez, this is the pot calling the kettle black or throwing stones inside a glass house, is that, you shouldn't, when it comes to your own goal setting, you shouldn't base your ideas off someone else. Like, we can log on to YouTube, or we can go on Instagram, or we can Google, or whatever it might be, and go, top 10 investments for 2024. And I'm not saying don't listen to people, because that definitely is throwing rocks inside a glass house, because, I'm sort of saying, well, listen to me, I've got some advice for you. But in the same token, like, when you're setting your goals for 2024 and deciding what your plan is, have a real think about, what I'm getting is just do your due diligence. Okay? Why am I doing what I'm doing? That's the more important question. Why am I just investing in booster boxes of Lost Origin? Why am I just investing in booster boxes of Fusion Strike? Well, that's an easy one because they're cheap in Australia. Why am I investing in the sleeper? Well, I feel it's a sleeper set, Astral Radiance. I'll tell you why with this one. If this doesn't cop another reprint, which, look, it could, it's still in playable zone, but man, we're pretty deep into Scarlet and Violet now, and Astral never got that big sort of third wave like a lot of other sets. So I don't know, Astral could be a little bit of a sleeper set. It gives me some real Cosmic Eclipse vibes. I also think the Dialga alt art and the Palkia alt art are beautiful cards, and they're undervalued. Like, they're cheap singles. One of them's an Arita artwork as well, so it's like, there's things going for these sets. And I also think that that's going to be a block. That Sword and Shield alt art trainer gallery block is going to be etched in stone almost. Not as etched in stone as Gold Stars, not as etched in stone as E-Series, and possibly not as etched in stone as the tag team sets from the final Sun and Moon, but I think it'll find a special place in Pokemon collectors' hearts. Like, who remembers Heart Gold, Soul Silver? Like, yeah, you might have collected some, and I bought a few packs, but there was nothing special about it. Like, there was the Prime cards, okay? What about Diamond and Pearl? Yeah, there's some sweet cards and some sweet Charizards in particular, but what really stands out about it? Black and White, you got those gold textured secret rares, but still, like, yeah, great sets and great chase cards, and some chase cards worth some mega bucks in PSA 10 because there's some low pop reports. But, in 10 years' time, when we look back, we're going to remember particular eras. And I just feel like that latter Sword and Shield era, with the old art trainer gallery sets, encapsulated into this bubble of COVID, which I hate the word. And I don't know, I just feel that's going to be a special time in Pokemon's history. So, yeah, like, I know, printers were running on absolute full steam. We know that. But the demand was also running on absolute full steam compared to Scarlet and Violet. And this is where I see the difference between Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, and why I'm still doing a very boring strategy of focusing on Sword and Shield booster boxes, because the printers are still on full steam for Scarlet and Violet. But other than 151, I just don't feel the same demands there for Scarlet and Violet. Now, I could be wrong. Kids still love it. Like, and they don't care. Like, I suppose sometimes we can get in our own heads as well, can't we? We can think, well, we live in this Poke investing, collecting community where we're on forums and YouTube and Instagram, and we live inside our own head thinking that everyone does it that way, when in reality, probably only a really small percentage. Most people just go out and buy the cards, open them, enjoy collecting them, particularly kids, and also a lot of adults and teenagers. So, I don't know, maybe we live what I'm getting is maybe we live in our own head a little bit in that space, but that is basically a summary of my strategy. It's going to be very boring. I'm still going to collect new booster boxes and elite trainer boxes for the display. If a special product comes out and I feel it's at MSR, like undervalue, of course I'm going to jump on it. But for me, I think these Sword and Shield, old art, trainer gallery sets, plus Fusion Strikes, it's cheap in Australia, is where I'm going to put my money in 2024. I'm Michael. This is Poke Oz. Catch everyone next time.